I think we might have been too quick to call out our own victory. It looks like Sony has manipulated us. You see, when Sony capitulated to us, choosing to remove the requirement to link your Steam account with a PlayStation Network account to play Helldivers 2, we thought we had won. But as it turns out, Sony's still restricting gamers from playing in regions where PlayStation Network isn't available for no outwardly discernible reason. That's right, one of the big reasons that Sony forcing everyone to link their Steam accounts with a PlayStation Network account was so controversial was that it turns out that the PlayStation Network isn't available in every country. Actually, it's not available in most of them, it seems. So by requiring people to use PlayStation Network accounts, Sony was effectively stopping anyone in any country anywhere where PlayStation Network isn't available from playing. When the PSN linking drama was still ongoing, Sony restricted purchases in the countries where PSN isn't available. A move that I think a lot of people thought was them stopping more people from those countries from buying a game that they wouldn't be able to play if the linking requirements went forward. But when Sony admitted defeat and told everyone that the account linking would no longer be required, I think everybody just assumed that the country restrictions would go away as well. But so far, they haven't, and it appears Sony just implemented the same restrictions on one of their upcoming games, Ghost of Tsushima, as well. And keeping the restrictions in place doesn't seem to be an oversight either. When Sony originally put the restrictions in place, it covered 177 countries who would have been blocked from buying Helldivers 2. Now, that number has risen to 180 countries, with Sony adding Estonia, Lithuania, and Latvia to the restricted list. Since they've added new countries after the original drama had already ended, and they've already said that the account linking isn't going to happen, the only logical assumption is that it's intentional. After all, if it wasn't intentional, they wouldn't go out of their way to add more countries to the list, right? Well, yes and no. As it turns out, the CEO of Arrowhead Games, who make Helldivers 2, posted a statement on Discord about it. He said that Steam had added the 3 countries on their own, as it was actually part of the original request for restrictions that they only noticed got overlooked when adding the restrictions for Ghost of Tsushima. Also, he's still negotiating and having conversations with Sony, presumably, to try to get the restrictions removed. He said, "So, to give an update on the 3 further country restrictions, it was an administrative error correction. They should have been part of the original restriction, and it was noticed when the restriction was put in place for Tsushima. This was noticed and executed independently by Valve." Well, it doesn't look positive. It is not an indication of further restrictions. The conversation on region restrictions is still ongoing and is independent of this. I have no further information. We, Arrowhead, still want the game to be available everywhere. So, while he corrects the general sentiment that I've seen online, saying that the additional restrictions are proof Sony has no intention of removing the restrictions, he also says that this doesn't look positive, but that conversations are ongoing. It's strange to me that there even needs to be a conversation, since they already removed the requirement to link a PlayStation Network account to Steam to play Helldivers 2. At this point, the continued restriction seems to serve no purpose. That is, unless they're planning on trying to add the linking requirements back into Helldivers 2 in a few months, once the player base from non-PSN countries has declined significantly since they can't play due to the restrictions, hoping that by then we will have forgotten and let them slip it in. I mean, there's no world where that works, but I can see them trying it. In fact, it's literally the only reason I can think of that they'd fight to keep the restrictions in place. So I do personally think that they will try to add the PSN linking requirement back at a later date. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, why do you think that Sony would choose to leave the Helldivers 2 country restrictions in place? Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day, and God bless you.